NTS Radio.
Black Biscuit is a 2-hour trip into the random meetings of Britain's weird and wonderful big society outcasts. Film edited and performed by its director Fabrizio Federico. The Facebook page still has less than 50 likes. So why is it that me and my friend Tex think this is brilliant? Absolutely brilliant. Life-changing brilliant. Hello, Fabrizio.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Pretty good. I'm doing alright.
Yeah, good. Sorry I'm a bit late. I wanted to ask you about your film Black Biscuit that you finished in 2012, right?
Yeah, it looks it.
Did you get interest until, before I went to Raindance?
What it was is I came up with a Pink Oak manifesto, which is kind of like, I just put together everything we kind of did when we were making Black Biscuit, and I concentrated on getting the manifesto out to as many countries as possible, and, these days it's so easy with Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that, is I just got the manifesto out to loads of different countries, and it was a good response. I've got, people in Brazil and Scotland. There's this guy in Hong Kong who's making a feature at the moment under it. So it kind of spread like wildfire. It took me about 2 years to put the film together.
Yeah.
Because I've never been to film school, so I just learned everything from scratch. And most of the film was shot on mobile phones. But I used to just walk around the streets, and if I saw someone interesting or an interesting situation, I'd just ask them to film them, just as simple like that. Not go through any unions with actors. We did that for about a year, shot loads of footage, and then I spent a year editing it because I had so much footage, it just took me forever. I had an idea what I wanted to capture. I wanted to capture modern rebels and misfits and things like that, but I wanted to put it all together so it had a flow at the same time.
Yeah. There's a bit in the film where you say about capturing something that is going to happen only once.
Yeah, exactly. I love things like that. It's kind of what I live for, from day to day. It's just, when you get that adrenaline shot of inspiration, I love that. You get the tingles down your neck, and it happens to me all the time. Even if I don't have a camera, I'll see something and be like, oh, God damn it, I should have my camera out right now. I should be filming this. But those are magic moments, aren't they?
Ideally, where do you want to show it? Do you want to show it in the cinema, in galleries, or on the computers? What's your ideal situation?
Let's see. On March 3rd, I'm showing it at a freakout in Nottingham. It's called I'm Not From London. It's this organisation in Nottingham. Yeah. And it's like a 1960s freakout, kind of like All Tomorrow's Parties, that type of thing. So it's got a bit of a gallery, bit of a rave feel. So I like showing it in places like that. I'll probably be showing at the Horse Hospital down in London, which is another. It's not a gallery, but it's just it's an underground space, which has once again a very Andy Warhol 1960s feel. And I love places like that. It's you don't have to watch the whole film all the way through, but if you wander in and you catch a glimpse of it, theatres are going to be extinct. It's the way of the future. Everything's going to be online. Everything's going to be independent. I mean, YouTube's a movie theatre these days, isn't it?
Yeah. But I'm missing the cinema. It's become something that you go to 3 times a year. But, to be in there, I love it. And I would like to take the cinemas back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love cinemas as well. I just went there last week and I saw the new Tarantino film.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I just checked that out. So I'm not against old-fashioned cinema or anything like that, but you have to move with the times at the same time. But I don't know, there will be cinemas in the future, but there won't be as many. It'll be like a relic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I remember, what was it? I remember seeing Gremlins. Gremlins was the first film that I saw.
Nice.
I love the cinema. It's a magical place, but distributors are taking less chances, and there's a lot of filmmakers out there that aren't making mainstream films,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm one of them, but I've got a magic in my cinema that will be discovered later on down the line, of course.
Yeah. Who's your favourite director?
I don't know. It changes from day to day. You mean of all time?
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper's the guy that I could watch anytime, any place.
Uh-huh.
And as I said, the last movie, that's the first movie that kind of blew my mind. And I saw that when I was really young, 10 or 11 or something like that.
I hadn't seen it until I saw you mentioned it somewhere. And
Yeah, it's I think it's on YouTube now still.
Yeah, it is the whole thing.
It's not like any other film, but I don't know, I like Jonas Mekas. Jonas Mekas like another godfather of like weird independent movies, and Philip Gorell's cool, and Paul Morrissey. He kind of like helped Andy Warhol make his films. He was like the filmmaker for Andy Warhol. Jean Vigo, all the Italian filmmakers. I was brought up on Pasolini and Fellini, and do you remember Fandozzi?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I used to watch Fandozzi movies a lot when I was a kid. Yeah.
But would you say that England has a great cinema, or had a great cinema?
I think I kind of stick out a bit because, I don't know, I'll say whatever I want, but over here, I think people are a bit scared of, like, offending people.
You think that's why?
Like, oh, sorry this, sorry that, and I don't think you should go through life saying sorry all the time, because I don't mean any harm, and I don't see why I should apologise for anything that I say. Everyone's allowed to an opinion, but I think I stick out a bit like a sore thumb, because, I've lived in Italy, I lived there for like ages, and then I lived in America, so I'm kind of like classless and I don't belong anywhere, but I like that. I'm like an island unto myself in a way.
And you said somewhere that the UK had it in 2012. Had what?
Well, I feel, I don't know, like it happens every like 10 years. So it happened in like the punk movement, like in 77, where England was on the cutting edge. And it happened in like, I don't know, 95, 96, like Britpop. That kind of thing that happened again where England was at the centre of the world. And that kind of happened in 2012, you had the Olympics, there was loads of good music coming out, like Woo Life, I think they might have broken up that, but Woo Life, and the Horrors released a great album that year, and Black Biscuit came out. This was like a really, really like cutting edge year. And I don't know, these things probably continue for like 2-3 years. So I reckon 2012 is the beginning. It's going to go on for like 2-3 years where England kind of like has the cutting edge.
Do you think cinemas? You think there's going to be tons of people making films now?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a floodgate, but you can make the film, but you kind of have to give it a bit of a life at the same time. So you do have to promote it. Like that part of the business hasn't really changed. You got to give it a life. You got to show it to people. So you got to promote it, and that does involve a bit of like guerrilla, like kind of like bombarding people, but it's no difference from what like the majors are doing. I mean, I can't afford to put an advertisement on a bus. I
saw your phone because you were posting it on different pages, and then at some point I clicked, I saw some images and I liked them, and I saw the trailer, and then I saw the whole thing. But like, there's a few people that I know that I've sent it to them, and they've seen your link popping up, and they're like, well, if he's bombarding people, then something's wrong,
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. You just kind of like blank it out. Kind of like, when you look at YouTube and you get the videos come up. You do a little commercial, you just blank it out. You just, skip it type of thing. It has to be there for people to kind of like soak it up. I mean, I'm not going to be like promoting Black Biscuit in like 10 years time or anything like that, but this is like my promo stage, so I kind of have to do it,
Yeah, so blank out the critics.
The critics get it wrong all the time. I mean, that's not a big deal to me. I mean, there's been loads of classics that when they've come out, they've been, thumbs down type of thing. So it's no big deal. It's kind of like a fine wine, I think. It just gets better with time for certain films.
Yeah. Well, amongst my friends, there's 2 of us now that absolutely love it. So I know I'm right.
Well, thank you very much.
I mean it. Are you making a new film?
Yeah, I am actually. I've just started. I'm going to call it Pregnant.
What's it about?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like when you're at a pause in life. So I want to make it about people that kind of like treat technology as a religion, because technology has become the new religion, I feel. And I went out to Spain sometime last year, and I stayed in like a commune called Sunseed. And I just spent a week there without no technology. And it was so bizarre. And it took me back all the way to my childhood when, the internet didn't exist and nobody had cell phones and all like that. And it just was a very happy time. And I shot most of it myself. I just put my camera on like a rock, type of thing, and just shot footage of me in the highway, the desert, with no technology. And I've found like some people that I like what they've got to say, and I'm just going to put them in the film.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't really work with scripts. I just work from day to day. Like, I don't know. I'm disciplined, but I'm undisciplined. I've got like loads of my rules keep changing. Like it's not going to be like a Pink 8 manifesto film. It'll just be like completely different each time.
Will you do another manifesto?
I don't know, we'll see. I mean, it's kind of good because when you come up with a manifesto, people kind of get like a snapshot of where you're coming from a bit quicker. Yeah. So, I don't know, I might too.
How hard is it to direct non-actors improvising?
Oh, it's the best. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's so much easier than dealing with actors. I mean, I've got nothing against actors, but I'd like it when people play themselves. You have to get their trust a little bit more than actors. You have to like spend some great hangout time with them. But once you get a feel of how they are, you just tell them to be, and you tell them what the situation is. I mean, a lot of the time I was just like, they told me stories about their past lives, and I'd put them into that situation, whether it's right there and then in that situation, and they just flow. It takes a little bit more time. I mean, you'd end up shooting like 2 hours to get some like cool footage, but once you get those moments, you can't really go back.
Yeah, because you often don't really know them, right? There's a few that you know really well, but then often you don't know them.
Yeah, that's right. I just meet them in the street. There's like random prostitutes and homeless people, but they're really nice. Like there's a realness there that you can't find anywhere else, because they're like at the bottom of the barrel, and they've seen such tragedy in life that it almost frees them from anything. So they live in the moment like completely. And I just really like that. They remind me of ghosts in a way.
Right.
I don't know. They're so pure. I really enjoyed it. I mean, there was one or two of the people in the film that wanted to be actors, but I'm like, don't act, just be yourself type of thing.
Yeah.
And it works for me anyway.
Because you're pretty good at coming up with stuff on the spot. No, like there's bits where like. For example, when you're at that blonde girl's with the plastic spade, and then her mom or her flatmate from downstairs, says, "Stop being so loud." Like that's like shots that you've edited after. But did you come up with them on the spot there and thought, okay, let's put a shot in the middle where the flatmate?
No, it was just all like completely shot, like all in one go type of thing. And then, as you said, you kind of just like put it together. But she was a Johnny Depp super fan that I found, and she had like a lot of life in her, and she was a dance instructor, and we just got together one day, and her mum always used to do that because she's always dancing upstairs, and these houses you can hear everything. So her mum was just like wanted to kick her out of the house and was just sick to death of her. It was a funny day actually.
There's really great shots in it, and you're often in the frame. So who's your first cameraman? Who's the guy you work with the most?
I just worked for him like for one go. I mean, Jason, he's gonna kill me. I don't remember his surname. Jason helped me out the most. He was there when we were shooting. Was it Paolo? The pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Greek pimp. He helped me out a lot, and he's a real good guy. He's moved. I'm living in Derby now, but he's moved there. But he helped me out all the time, and he's really he just takes the punches, and nothing surprises me. Jason's great, but everybody else just like was one. It was like a one-off. Joff was he used to do a lot of punk videos in the 70s, and I ran into him and he helped me out. But there's just so many people. I think there's like 20 people that did the cameraman on that.
Really? The scene with that weird couple, like where the guy's snorting pills and she are they actors? Were they like kind of like were they? That's a weird scene. Because you feel that they're acting, but then not really, and that it's edgy, but they're still like as if they act just as a.
Oh, that was made to make fun of regular filmmaking. That was so. That was kind of like tongue-in-cheek. That was like, let's pretend that we're making a real film. So that's kind of making fun of cinema as people see it. So it's like, oh, let's pretend that we've got a script and we wanna hit the marks and all that stuff. So that was put together very tongue-in-cheek, and they just went off on one another because they had all these problems going back, and it kind of just came out. I think they're having like a bit of a sex, their sex life wasn't so good, and we kind of we put that together. And I don't know what he put in the drink though, but we did drink it. It felt great. I don't know what the hell it was.
Were you really working as a gigolo during the film?
Yeah, I used to do that in America, not so much as when I'm in England, but when I used to live in America, it was a bit difficult for me because of the immigration policies over there. They're a bit screwed up, so you do what you got to do. Yeah. But it's a very easy business to get into, incredibly easy, and you just have to know when to get out of it, because you get so many people that they just push things on you, kind of like to make you a slave to the business. I mean, if you get someone addicted onto heroin and stuff like that, and you need it very quickly. But luckily, I never got into that. But I saw a lot of people that did. But at the same time, it's an adventure. I've always liked adventures that are a bit decadent and seedy, and that was just a period in my life in my teenage 20s, years. But I don't do that anymore.
How old are you?
I'm 29 now, and I used to do that when I was 19 to 22 in Boston, and it's just a survival tactic that you do, and that's kind of what the film Black Biscuit is about. It's about when you're in your early 20s and you don't know what you want to do with your life, and you're kind of at a crossroad, and the devil's kind of on your shoulder, and he's telling you, go down that way, and you're not too sure at the same time. Everybody kind of goes through that, even people that end up being lawyers. Everyone's at a crossroad in life at some point.
Yeah, maybe they still have the devil on their shoulders a lot of the time.
Yeah, some people can't get rid of it.
So there's shots from America as well. There's shots from many places, right?
Yeah, I travel around a lot.
Yeah.
Go backpacking. Where was it? I was in Hungary. There's a place from Hungary, Athens.
Now you were in Hungary.
I was last in Hungary 5 months ago. I went to Budapest. You ever been there?
I've never. I really want to go.
Oh, you'd love it. All those shots from, the rave in the swimming pool?
Yeah.
That's from Budapest. That's all they do is party over there. It's great. Music inspires me. Music and history are the two things that really do it for me. It's strange that I'm a filmmaker, actually, because I'm into music and history a lot more than I am in film. I mean, I love film, but I seem to get inspiration more from music. The images that come from music really hit me. I don't know, at the moment I'm listening to a lot of Japanese psychedelic music and krautrock. I love krautrock as well, Can and
you love your psychedelia.
Oh yeah, I really do. I really do love psychedelic music. It just blows me away. I think the Doors are my favorite.
Really,
my favorite group. I could always go back to the Doors, but I've got all these little planets, other little bands that float around that just inspire me all the time. I don't know, what I was listening to? I was listening to Ninka. You know Ninka?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to Ninka yesterday. I don't know, I was having a bit of a sad day, so I was listening to Ninka all day on a loop.
Yeah. You're a musician as well, right?
Oh yeah. I've got a project called MAO, MAO. And, I just collaborate with people from all around the world, and we just put the music together. I'll come up with the guitar part, and then I'll send it to a drummer, and they come up with the drum bit, and, same with the singer. I've always been into music. I started playing guitar when I was about 12, and, I've just kind of kept it up, and I've got a harmonica as well. I need to get a sitar, though.
Yeah, how important is sound? The one thing that when I watched your film, and I just thought, you never hear in all the advice when, you're making lo-fi or low-budget films of how important the sound is. That, no matter what quality your image is, how little number of pixels you have, if your sound is good, then it's going to go. You never hear that. Can we reveal the secret, or should we keep it for ourselves?
What I do, my crappy sound, my sound's pretty muffled. I really don't give a damn about technology, to tell you the truth. I mean, it's never bothered me. I don't care about pixels or anything like that. I'm just more interested in the medium. Like, same with a guitar. You give me any guitar and I make it sound good. Give me any camera. It doesn't matter how it is, I'll give you something. That's kind of like how it is when you're an artist. Anything, you can make it look good. But the sound, what I did is I put a lot of, I don't know, I was going through a phase of like, I was listening to like the Jim Jones death tape. You know Jim Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to that death tape that he did before everybody kind of like drank the Kool-Aid. And I don't know, it was really strange because these people are like notorious, and you know, I think it's wrong that everybody killed themselves with that thing, but some of the things kind of like made sense at the same time. I know it's like a bit of a utopia type of thing, but I don't know, like some of the things that they were saying really like stuck with me. Even like, I think there's like some Charles Manson in there as well. And I just put, you know, where the sound was crappy, I put a dialogue over it, you know, something that kind of went with the scene. Yeah. So that's what I did anyway. But yeah, the sound was a major bitch in some of the scenes. Like it was really muffled. But I like lo-fi.
Yeah, like, yeah.
And anything lo-fi, I think it's beautiful. It spoils it when things are too HD-like. It's like there's no mystery there.
I know, and no grain.
Yeah, I love grain. I love all that. I think it's just beautiful and it's sexy and everything. It just captures the imagination for me. Yeah. For pregnant, I've got this like crappy Sony camera, so you know it's a little better than that biscuit, but it probably won't be that much better like look wise.
When do you think you're gonna finish it?
I don't know. I'm at the filming stage, like looking for people, so I'm like a bit of a detective at the moment. You know, I'm just spotting people that kind of go with like the aesthetic of the film. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So I don't know, maybe I think it'll be a bit quicker, probably like a year and a half. A year and a half I'll have like a rough cut, because for Black Biscuit I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I had like a random copy of Adobe Premiere Pro that someone downloaded for me. It was just, my computer kept crashing. I lost the film like 2 times. I had to like redo it from scratch. It was a flipping nightmare after a while, and it was just getting ridiculous. But you got to keep going. That's kind of like the trick of anything. Just keep going and finish what you're doing, because then you're going to have a regret. And I think that's like the worst way to live in life, is to have regrets. I think dealing with art, it does make you become crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe you're crazy and so you start dealing with art.
Yeah, I think everyone's crazy there. Yeah. You know, I think everyone's insane, but if you pretend that you're not insane, I think that's almost like, that's worse. It's like you're compromising in a way.
Yeah. Do you think everybody should make art? Because I used to think this. I'm not sure anymore. Definitely, the more the better. But I'm not sure about everyone.
I think they should. People should just do whatever they love. But art, you know, any type of art is so therapeutic in a way. It's like you tune off from the world. You're not pissed off anymore. Everybody should try it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you do any art or anything like that?
I do. Yeah, I make films.
Oh, you're a filmmaker? I didn't know you were a filmmaker as well.
Yeah.
Have you got like any samples of your films?
I do. Yeah. I'll send you a link.
I'd love to check out your films. Have you done like shorts, or are you like working on a feature?
It's shorts, and I'm working on a feature. Yeah. You know, after I heard you saying don't make shorts, make a feature. I was like, okay, well that's what I'm doing.
Exactly. Or you know, you could just put all your shorts together.
No, it doesn't work. No. Well, maybe it could, but...
You can make it work. I think you can make anything work in art or film.
That's true.
Yeah. But you'll love it. Just keep, as I said, just keep going, because you're going to have a lot of pain in the ass movements, but don't give up, because when you finish, it's really weird. It's like you got this lift off your shoulders, and it's like you've arrived in a way. It's really bizarre.
Yeah.
Have you come up with a title?
Yeah. Black Saints and White Sinner Ladies.
I can hear that.
Do you like Charlie Mingus?
Yeah, of course I do. I always wonder what it's like to be pregnant.
It's a nice title.
I bet you feel like an alien. Have you got any children?
No.
Oh, I just wonder what it'd be like to be pregnant sometimes. It must be the strangest thing. I come from a big family, like typical Italian family. I'm the oldest, but I've got 5 other siblings.
5? Well, nice.
Yeah, so my mum was always pregnant, you know, and I'd find these books around the house of, like, you know, a woman giving birth and stuff like that. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I like to make them feel happy, though. I don't know, it's like I like to cure them. I like to make people feel happy. I've never been, like, depressed or anything like that. I don't really understand depression, to tell you the truth. I've just never been sad with myself. I don't understand it, but if I do run into people that are in depression, I just want to, like, make them feel really happy, like bring them back to life type of thing. And I don't know, I just, is that kind of what you get?
I get yeah, less now, but definitely before, yeah. And I don't know, like I went totally psychotic at some point and made up all these stories, and which are great, you know. Like it's your imagination is such a powerful thing, and I guess I just needed to make art, you know, and use this imagination so I can function in the world that we have without harming myself. And the thing is that, you know, the confusing thing as well is that it's mixed with real sensitivity and real understanding, so it all becomes this jumble of things that happen and things that you know imagine or just enhance with your imagination. And
yeah, like it's, I don't know, it's like you're doubting yourself all the time, but I think that's kind of like a way for you, it's like your soul's trying to break through. You know, I think the best thing to do is when you feel like that is to like dance.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like if you dance, all your problems go away, and it's like you're cleansed afterwards. It's the best thing. You know, I've been to like salsa dancing classes, or just like freakouts. You know, like when people take acid and they do like all the weird dances, like stuff like that. It's so liberating.
Definitely. You're a big dancer, yeah?
Yeah. Which has been another problem since I did my foot thing. Is I haven't been able to dance so much. I haven't been able to run. But I think it's a fantastic thing, dancing. I don't know. My family always used to dance. Like my sisters used to do ballet, so I used to get taken to like the ballet classes and stuff like that. And I used to just watch them. I think, they just look like birds, you know. Yeah. They're just beautiful birds, and I think it's like the best thing. If people feel depressed, like I said in the movie, just throw the television out the window, or like destroy something, or dance, like stuff like that. It just makes you feel better because you just forget yourself even for a moment.
Yeah, definitely. But you'll get back to dancing, you know. Like I guess it's just if you hurt a part of your body, and then it's just learning like a new way of dancing, you know. I guess
God, I hope I get better.
Yeah, you will.
It's just like really aches, and it's like awkward to walk around and stuff like that. Like I had to go to the film premiere with crutches on.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think I saw this.
So awkward. But I don't know. I guess it makes you stronger anyway.
Yeah.
It's those are the best interviews though, when you don't ask like the regular questions, but you kind of just have a conversation with a person, and I don't know. I guess you get a picture into their soul a bit more. Like the interview, I think interviews are like works of art in a way.